Good evening, my dear friends. Today I thought I'd do something a little bit different for this channel, something new and exciting, and that is an unboxing video. Apparently everyone loves those. I've never seen the appeal myself, but you know, I'm fine with pandering to the lowest common denominator. I've never had any shame in that regard. The thing we will be unboxing is my new acquisition, which is this Hornby Railroad Bagnall Shunter. Let's get to it. Right, so if you're not familiar with these, this is a relatively recent addition to the Hornby range. It's only a handful of years old, unlike most of what they have in the Railroad range, which tends to date from... Can't believe I just got outwitted by polystyrene. Which tends to date from the 70s or 80s or 90s. This is a relatively new tooling. Its actual origin is in Hornby's Thomas the Tank Engine range. They made a character named Dart, who is a Bagnall diesel shunter, I am given to understand. And Hornby decided to produce their version of the character in such a way that they could... Oh, hold on a sec. I think I'm going to need some scissors here. False alarm, people. I did not need scissors. So, let's... have to say, modern models are very securely packaged. And there we are. Right. So, to continue what I was saying about this, it's based on a Bagnall shunter. Hornby produced it in such a way that they could do the non-Thomas variant. You see, there's no face there, unless this is supposed to be Dart and like he's lost his face in a horrible accident. Man, that would be taking Thomas to a really dark place. Hold on a sec, I'm going to write this down. I wrote it, I got sued by Mattel. It was a stupid idea anyway. Right, so this is the shunter. It's there it is from all sides, there we go, lovely. The livery is very simple. It's a fairly generic sort of plain red and grey, which is good. That means you can you don't have a specific industry or whatever to tie it down to. Makes it fairly flexible. Like all the Railroad models, it's aimed at a sort of younger, less experienced modeler. This one actually looks like it would be a pretty good one for kids. There's no sort of bits that can get snapped off easily. Everything is sort of fairly close to the main body there. So it's on the standard Hornby 040 chassis, which makes the whole thing kind of overscale, but more on that later. And it also means that it will go very, very fast. And serious modelers tend to get they tend to get terribly funny about that. But secretly, they all love zooming these things around. I mean, who wouldn't? So, for the sake of a size comparison, there it is by one of the mineral wagons. As I say, the real engine that this is based on, and yes, I know I said that it's based on a Thomas the Tank Engine character, but the Thomas the Tank Engine characters are all based on real engines, blah, 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 blah. The real engine would be much smaller relative to the mineral wagon there. But it's not too visible, you know, it's not the end of the world. If you don't mind that sort of thing, then it's perfectly acceptable. So... here is there's an instruction sheet here, blah blah blah, maintenance, operation, put it on the track, drive it along, lovely. There's a thing in the corner of the box here. Wow, wow, a thing. Let's get the thing out and see what it is. It is vacuum pipes. I mean, I probably wouldn't be using them on this because it's a shunting loco, but they're a nice thing to have. You can fit them to other engines, put them in the bits box. Lovely. Now here it is head on, and you can see a little detail that I rather like here is that they've picked out the lamps or lights I suppose, in silver, and there's also some lining around the windscreen. Which are, that's a couple of nice details that rather elevate the otherwise pretty simple livery there. But that does highlight a couple of other things. The coupling hook there is the same colour as the buffer beam, and the windscreen wiper is also the body colour. So I'm kind of thinking what I would like to do, possibly for the next video, is have a look at how I can improve this. I think that would be fun, don't you? Excellent. So here we have the cab, and I thought I'd just highlight the fact that it's got the works plate there and the Bagnall plate. The handrail there has been picked out in grey, which is a neat little touch. I think it always serves to make these models look a little bit less toy-like, even though they are actually sort of your cheapest bog standard locomotive. Again, they've picked out the handles there, and it looks really effective. There's a sort of odd kind of RR logo there. I don't know if that's meant to be reminiscent of DB Schenker or what, but it's fairly generic. You could probably talk it off, talk it out, talk it off. Is that even a phrase? What's wrong with me? You could probably just hand wave that or ignore it altogether. And here it is from the back. There's that RR logo there. And again, it's really interesting how, even though they've only used like 4 colours on this body, if you include the white of the RR and the silver of the lamps, even though it's a pretty simple livery, it looks really effective on this. So kudos to Hornby for that one. Price-wise, this is at the lower end of the Hornby range, and indeed model railways in general. New, it will typically retail for around £30. This one was almost exactly that, £29.99. You might be able to find it cheaper from one of the larger retailers, or you might be able to get it second hand. I've not seen them second hand, but it is a fairly new model. So, to sum up, as I say, this is not the most super detailed or incredibly scaled model out there, but I think it would be unfair to judge it in those terms. It's clearly an entry-level model marketed at the entry-level modeler. So in that sense, I would say it is what it's meant to be. I would say this would be a good model for, say, a child who is a little bit too old for Thomas, but they want something that's kind of still a little bit fun. This would be a great little shunter. You could use it on any layout set from about the 60s to the present day, and it would not look out of place. Now, can it be improved? Well, I think it can. Join me on my next video when I'll see what we can do with this thing. See you then.